The day has finally come, and it is Vinland Saga Season 2 review.
I have no enemies. I have no enemies.
And I'm excited to see if Ryan can keep that method of no enemies and see my point of view.
Because
I'm not a brainless sheep and jump in line with the rest of everybody. I look at Vinland Saga differently.
It doesn't mean a
I look
brainless
at it
sheep
as an
because...
entertainment source in which I was not entertained.
Yep. I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. We're here all this time.
We've made it.
We reacted to every episode. We fought on camera like 100 times. You guys have been along for the ride. It's the review of Vinland Saga Season 2. And I don't want to get into this reviewing every episode like we did before. This is just going... If you guys want to go see what we thought about every episode, please go watch them. This is going to be big picture. We also don't really want to spoil too much for folks
not
that
for just a review.
Yeah, exactly. That want to still watch it, that are on the fence whether or not it's good or not.
Right.
This is just big picture, what we're thinking about the season as a whole. It's no secret what I felt about it the entire time. Probably no secret about how you felt either.
I mean, we were pretty honest, and I think, I want to come here extending an olive branch.
Uh-oh.
So I brought you a gift.
Oh, my God.
And I would like to... Here you go.
Okay.
Just easy now. Easy.
All right.
I think you're going to like it. Well, I think that looks like a golden tool.
It does.
To sow your own earth or sow your own earth, whatever the hell it is. But I think you'd be able to turn your land up with it. Hand auger it.
Cultivate.
That's it.
Cultivate.
Cultivate your life.
At a new beginning.
For no enemies.
Yes.
From here on out.
Make my own food.
It is the tool to start your new world, my friend.
And I think you're doing this. You want to claw your eyes out with this. I think you're giving me this because it's just kind of like buttering me up for the fall here. Thank you very much.
Yes, I think that'll
Make sure I go play some blueberries
or
something.
It'll be, you could just dig away at it and just sit there, and every piece of grass that grows, you grew it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
That's right.
You go to bed knowing you grew it.
And you know what? I had a documentary teaching me how to do this, too.
You did?
It was a step-by-step process of exactly how to cultivate a farm.
What is it, 24 episodes?
24 episodes about...
Some nap time, some excitement, back to nap time. We definitely went back and forth. We were ping-ponging, bam, 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 of exciting episodes, maybe. And then some. But,
Except they were all exciting, but it's fine.
No. It wasn't exciting. It was life-altering. Life-changing.
Yes.
And then this is now where you personally have built the foundation of future Ryan to exist. It's off of what Thorfinn
do in this situation.
You're right.
What would Thorfinn do?
And he would do nothing like he did the entire season.
So IGN...
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me about another scam system about... I'm sure everybody's here to hear what IGN... And if anything, we've decided to believe them today. Am I accurate?
Okay. I'm granting you, their rating system is fucked.
Horrid.
Okay? But they got it right for once.
For one time, and I don't know how long IGN's been
And even
around.
though they got it right, they still got it wrong. Because they gave it a 10.
Out of?
And it's
20?
Out of 10.
Oh, out of 10.
And it's still wrong because it deserves an 11 or a 12.
Wow.
Yeah. So, all right. Jokes aside.
Yes.
I thought the entire season was a masterpiece of storytelling. I thought the story was... You're going to say slow. I'm going to say methodical. I'm going to say that they gave each character that was introduced time to breathe and really have their own time to go through their own arc. I thought Canute specifically, talking about circumventing my expectations. I thought he was on a certain path, and by the end of the season, he kind of changed course to where I didn't think him capable.
I thought you ended up... I could see it in you that you hated him.
I did.
When he first appeared.
I did, and I still have a lot of hatred for the things he's doing, but I feel like he's on the right path, and I didn't know by the end of the season I would think that. So, not only is Canute's storyline way more appealing to me now, but Snake as a new character, what a fantastic...
I think we could have did a little more with Snake.
Oh, yep. I will agree with you. Yes, I need more Snake.
Because he was that interesting character.
Yep.
Now, I'll honestly say, we'll never see him again.
Oh, no, I don't. Why would you say that?
You think that we're going to recover all that? Because I think it's done. We're moving on to other things.
No, Snake will be a part of the show. I don't know, obviously, because I don't read the manga, but I am almost
Well, hopefully someone will tell us.
100% confident Snake is not.
Oh,
done
I
in
don't
the
know.
story.
I'd put money.
They
I
didn't
think that,
bring his backstory up, where
Nope.
he's from, and
Nope.
no. He's going to be a part.
I
of the
think we put
story
that
moving
whole
forward.
season 2. Obviously, it's farm, as you mentioned. It is Farm Simulator. We have put that to bed. I think the farm is going to exist, yes, because they're all still there, but I don't think in the capacity. At least when you
disagree.
you see the direction, and we're going to try to avoid spoilers the best as possible. But
Yeah, we're gonna try.
obviously the end of the show season happened.
I am glad that the last episode you liked as much as you did, because
Yes.
the way you talked about it, the review for that's above Ryan's head, somewhere over here.
Okay, you want to hear?
But I'm wondering if that changed your opinion over the show, the season as a whole.
I mean, I would like to take a guess, like right before the layman's review
Okay.
that we give it, what you think I'm going to give it.
We will do that.
Obviously,
Yeah.
we all can guess what you're going to give it, and I know I'm going to be correct. I think you told me episode 3 what you were going to give this season.
That's right.
And now it's just climbed to bigger, better things.
Yeah. I know you hated Arnhide's story. It was
Unnecessary. That's the word you're
unnecessary.
looking for. Correct.
Long in the tooth.
Yep.
Boring.
Random with Garter showing up.
Yeah.
A lot of things that just left a lot of, why are we doing this? Who is she? Yes, A&R's love interest. Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to squeeze in, besides the bromance of them two, of Thorfinn
That was enough
and
for
A&R,
me, though.
we didn't need to squeeze in. And he literally got cucked and loved it. Like, her man showed back up and was like, I'm good, man. You're good. You weak. You see this? This is a man coming to get me. So that was kind of unnecessary, kind of like brought A&R down. Now, I liked A&R as a character. I think he was, you got to look at it. So this is going to be I'm trying not to be IGN and give terrible reviews. But when you look at something, it's like the character development was there.
Yeah.
We brought, so A&R was a new character that we brought in. He developed nicely. We saw a little bit of his family, a little bit of his upbringing, and then how he used those life experiences to grow and better himself in the situation he was in. So
Started the season out with him.
Right.
That was his whole. The first episode was
him.
A&R's introduction.
And then he is obviously an expert farmer. He taught Thorfinn.
Yep.
Like, he knew, that type of life and I honestly think Thorfinn taught him a little bit as well to be more assertive and aggressive. Is whether if that wasn't, meant to be, but A&R had to learn that.
Yeah, so in a lot of ways, season 2 was the relationship between Thorfinn and A&R and how they fed off each other.
Absolutely.
And
I think they're a
grew
good
from
combination.
one another. And moving forward into season 3, that's what I think I'm excited for the most.
I think that'll be the most value out of that, because I think,
Yeah.
when you look at the last episode, you see, everybody did recognize that bond. Everybody recognized that they were now brothers. They've been together a long time. They've been through a lot of things. On the farm in season 2 in general, they were with each other for majority.
As a author, the guy who created Vinland Saga, the balls it took to write the script for season 1 and everything it was,
All right.
and then said, but we're going to do something completely different, and I'm going to knock that out of the park as well. And as long as you can grant me the freedom to try and come along for the ride, it won't be worthless, and you'll still take away something from it. And I thought that took so much balls, and it worked out to the tune of the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Because when you compare season 1 and season 2, it was dramatically different.
I'll grant you that.
As a viewer who got
Objectively.
you didn't wait.
It's
as
not a
long
subjective
as I
opinion.
did.
It's objective. It's polar opposites.
Absolutely. With some sprinkle of old stuff, because obviously you had the blood, the guts,
And the
fighting.
characters that
Because
transition
it's-
over from one to another.
Yeah, it's still Viking society at the end of
Yeah.
the day, which was brutal and gruesome specifically at that time period.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you look at that, there were more than the last episode. There were more episodes that I did enjoy. I am a fan of backstory. I'm not a fan of paint drying. You know what I mean? Yes, it happens, but I don't need to watch I did not need to watch as much wheat grow as I did.
I just wanted to point out that what a tremendous leap of faith that he took to
Who's he?
the creator of Vinland Saga to tell this story and do it in such polar opposite ways and still have it come together and feel cohesive to me.
Because
Like,
the
even
message behind season 2 was really what.
Yes. Even
pasted
though
it
it was
together.
so polar opposite, it still blended perfectly to me. And the way they ended it, you loved it. We both
Absolutely.
loved. The finale felt to me like the perfect ending to a 4-year saga, which is
Yes.
what season 1
Yes.
and season 2 together were. That final episode was like everything you could have possibly wanted, and I can't say enough about it. It was just perfection on screen.
I mean, the music, you loved it. At times there was no
Even
music, which
people
was
who
more impactful.
hated
Absolutely.
The season, like yourself, you can't point to a bad soundtrack.
No, I was going to say, so
You know?
we look at this when we were reviewing, we want to point out like the sounds, the
Yep.
the visuals, the story, the character
The voice
development.
acting was just
Yeah.
incredible.
It was. You honestly, there's not much anime I've found in my world that the voice actors don't put that kind of emotion in.
The Japanese, man, this is
I know
like,
you hate American voice actors and stuff like that.
just English speaking in general. Stop it.
Well,
Don't do that. They're like, yep, you earned your check. It just blows my mind. And I know
So-
it's not that bad much anymore. But
it isn't. It is a skilled profession.
yeah. It's
They-
like the number one export of the country.
Right. They've
like
built
an-
it and they've
yeah.
mastered it. And I'll say, so like they invest, I believe they should
Yes.
invest in their voice actors.
Yes. Yep.
Where like a lot
Extremely
here
talented.
in this country, you probably get a lot of like big time actors who aren't good at it, but they're the names and the voices we recognize. If you're an upstart, that's not like, it's just not where you start. But if that is the number one thing Japan is known for at this point, that why not invest in it?
Most of the Japanese speaking voice actors in anime, to me, just dive into the roles and just
Good.
like give it every ounce they have. And it's hard for me to pick out a bad one. And this show's no exception. Every character's voiced perfectly. The tone, the cadences of their voices. Obviously, you don't understand Japanese, but even if I
I feel
did,
like I'm learning it a little bit.
I feel like I wouldn't feel any different. Whereas if I turn on, like, I don't even think the dub's available for Vinland Saga.
I would have watched it if it was, but
Jesus fucking Christ.
so it's not available at least
I
on
couldn't dismiss your
Crunchyroll.
opinion before. I can now.
Look, I
I'm a
like simplicity,
sub-elitist.
man. There are animes that we have currently been watching that are just so hard to read, just because it's so fast.
Yeah.
But Vinland Saga, rest assured, was not one of them. It was very slow, very drawn out. So I got the gist.
All right, well, you ready to get to this?
I mean, let's take a stab at what you got. I mean, if you put something different on your board, I'm going to be.
What do you
amazed.
think I put?
Oh, jeez. Did we decide on a letter more than S? I don't. Did we decide on that?
If I
Is
had,
it S squared?
if I had to guess what you gave
Correct.
this,
That's what I would like to know.
I would imagine you funneling your subjective opinion
Mm-hmm.
through like, okay, I know I didn't appreciate this, but even so, there were things that I like the music that you had
Right.
to appreciate. The few episodes where you were like, okay, that one got me, to where it like drew you back into it. Like, okay, let me see what's coming up next. You're not going to give it a D. You're not going to give it a C. Because you don't want to die. So
I was going to say, I don't think I'd make it out of here if I gave it a D.
I would imagine that you were trying to be probably level-headed and a politician and probably gave it a B.
Okay.
So
Are you ready for it?
Without further ado, here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's God tier. The first thing I've ever watched that I don't think S does it enough justice.
Good. I was wondering what you'd put to really throw
yeah.
that.
I think that Vinland Saga is, I've already said it several times, it's the best thing I've ever seen. I've never watched a movie or a show that struck me as much as this did. And there's no amount of hyperbole I can throw into this or, you know, like I can just throw adjectives about how great it was. It was the best thing I've ever seen. And that's all I have to say. I'm surprised about your rating, though. I didn't know.
We don't do case sensitive, but it got a lowercase
a
A.
lower A case A, like an A minus.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was going to be the case.
But
I
no,
have
in
to
reality,
be honest.
I would be a fool to give it even a B, but a C. Because when we think about these things, obviously this is our first one that we're putting on season 3.
Yes. Welcome to season 3,
Yes,
everybody.
season 3.
Here we go.
You look back at everything else. I don't. Now, yes, I thought you were. If you would have guessed A, I would have probably stood up, shook your hand, and left. But because of what you said, it's like, yes, I didn't enjoy it. But the storytelling, it was good. It was drawn out, but I think it had to be. I think the character development, as we said, was great. I think you did. We feel that we know Thorfinn more and A&R, like we're part of that group. So I can't fault me for not liking it, but the anime in itself was, it was good.
You're
for what
outweighing your subjective opinion with
Correct.
like what you're like, okay, it was objectively like a good story.
Absolutely.
Right? It might have had a really slow pace, but the way it came together made sense.
The end was amazing.
Yeah, it
like
was.
the last episode really was. If you just watched that episode and nothing else of that season, you got the gist, man.
Oh man,
You got that emotional build that was there. Now you didn't see it and you didn't grow with it, but
which wouldn't have given me the impact then.
No, not to the level of my
I would have been
God
like, wait,
tier.
Thorfinn's like, why does he seem
Yes.
calm and like mature and like he's like grown up? Like I would need.
Well, storytelling to us.
I think you needed these in many episodes for us, the audience, to be convinced that Thorfinn went from this rage-filled teenager to Thor's junior.
Yeah.
And
But then it's like, now that we're looking back and you saw that last episode really explained, Thor's was a bloodthirsty warrior.
he absolutely was.
Then he grew and changed, and as you saw, Asglad wanted better for Thorfinn in season 1. And now Thorfinn took from both his fathers and like changed everything.
The way they incorporated Asklad into the season was just...
That was the bigger impact on Thorfinn's life than Thor's was.
Yeah.
Thor's demeanor was in his genes. That was there.
Yeah, he had to unlock that.
Yep.
Where
Asglad made him what we saw.
Yeah.
Now, yes, it was a deranged psychopath.
Yeah.
But then we also helped him grow into be a better man, because is this the life you want? Is this where you want to end up?
Yep.
These things, and he didn't. He took that to heart and changed.
Truly cared about him.
Absolutely, he would have. It's
like a
met him at a
Stockholm
very
syndrome almost. Yeah.
very young age. But so definitely an A. I didn't.
I am pleasantly surprised. I'll have to put my knife away. Where did I put that thing?
So I was, and I'm confident in giving that. What I personally recommended to people, if you like this style of story,
if you're okay with a slower paced show.
and then my other thing that might have hurt me as a viewer is I went so quickly from season 1 to season 2. You had 4 years wait time.
Yeah. Right.
So you took that actual time, and like your opinions have changed in 4 years. My opinion really hasn't changed in a year and a half, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But definitely, it's worth a watch if you like that style. If you watch season 1, don't expect that in season 2.
So, what do we do on the board then?
Look, I'll give you S if you peel it down from God tier, and I'll go up to an S for you.
Okay, well, it's because we only have one board.
Yeah.
And
we only go up to S, so
and you would never win an A anyway. So
and I'm comfortable.
I do the editing.
Look, I gave you my offering. You got my peaceful branch.
Yeah.
I gave it a good grade.
I am legitimately surprised that you gave it an A, and I appreciate the fact that you could remove your own subjective opinion and then realize that there were things objectively that it did very
Correct.
well that you just didn't resonate with.
In my years
Right.
we've been doing this,
Yeah.
I look at things a bit differently. I give things more time. I give more, I'm a little more patient when
Yep.
it comes to reviewing. Because
appreciate that.
You have companies out there like IGN that some guy watches it in one sitting and tells you, it's trash, or it's great.
Well, they got it right this time.
Yeah, and I agree. I hear
this
you.
one time they got it right.
And, I personally want to thank our commenters.
Yeah, really.
Everybody that's been on there, because, it taught us a lot about the show.
Yes.
I had, 1 or 2 of you that agreed with me, and it was so sweet.
He's like, yes, I'm not alone.
I'm not alone.
Yeah.
But it was a great ride, for you, seeing you enjoy the show. It's always good to see someone else enjoy something. And then going along with our watchers here, and we get to. This was a great show for the channel. Great show for you.
Well, ditto
Good show
for everything
me.
you said about the audience, because like you said, you guys have been awesome. We couldn't have asked for more participation and engagement.
Right, and to me, they're the experts.
Yeah, I mean, there were comments that just went on and on.
They read
about
the manga, they
rationale,
watched it. Yeah,
about
it's beautiful.
explaining the character relationships. There were some things in the finale that were left out. I thought Ylva and Thorfinn could have had 1 or 2 more scenes together.
Just to show that they kind of she accepted him.
Yes.
That was
one more heartfelt scene between
Right.
the two of them. I know there was the one scene with the chest.
He got hit twice.
Yeah. Yeah. He got hit twice, and they shared one
demolished
sentence
twice.
that was wholesome together.
Yeah.
So I would like to see more of that, and they explained that in some of the comments they were putting.
And we might get that in season 3.
It maybe.
a little bit of town development and packing and going. I don't know. You never know.
Thank you, everyone that came along for the ride. That was a review for Vinland Saga Season 2. Stick around because we still have the review for Demon Slayer Season 3 and Hell's Paradise
Hell's
Season 1.
Paradise.
So, as always, like, comment, and subscribe if you like what we're doing around here. We'll catch you next video.